Welcome back to another Dalmar preview. This is for August 15th, 2012. We got a massive Pick 5 carryover as well as a massive Pick 6 carryover going into this card. Like to welcome back my guest that I had for the opening day card. Matt, welcome back. Glad to have you back.
Hey, it's good to be here, and it's going to be a real exciting day on Wednesday, especially for all those bettors out there. We got a Pick 5 carryover, the first ever in Delmar history, and we got a Pick 6 carryover, so we know the handle is going to be massive that day. All over the country, people are going to be playing, and it's going to be hopefully some exciting races as well.
Yeah, it's a Wednesday card, so, the fields aren't going to be all that, strong, or you're not going to be able to really find a single to put in a ticket. I mean, we both looked at the card, and, it's a usual, for some reason, Wednesdays, weekday cards seem to be pretty difficult to handicap because they aren't all that strong horse-wise. But
you get some competitive fields here. There are going to be people that are going to have to find a way to single, and I think there may be a single in the 7th race that we'll talk about a little later. But there are some very competitive races, very hard races to handicap here. But hopefully we pick a few winners, and hopefully bunch of people can cash in.
Hopefully, and let's jump right into this as we go into race 1. It's the claiming 32,000 non-winners of this year so far. It's a mile on the Jimmy Durante turf course. It's a small field of 7. I wasn't sure who to go with here. It's who do you like here?
I like the 7 here, the outside horse, Aqua Fever, ridden by Martin Pedroza and trained by Jeff Mullins. It's sort of interesting because you see a lot of horses here, and they've done a bunch of different things. There's not one horse that goes to the lead all the time or always closes. They've stalked. They've come from behind. They've done quite a few things. Deadly Catch, probably, if he runs his best out in front, it seems, or at least close to the pace. So I think he's going to be close to the pace. And I think Aqua Fever is going to get a good stalking trip, and hopefully he gets the first jump on the closures here, gets the victory. I like him a lot. I think he ran a real nice race last time. And he's gone for a little bit of a layoff here, but he's been working pretty well. And I think he's good. He's going to be ready to go here. A few 6 furlong works, and he's going to be conditioned. He's not. Hopefully he is conditioned, and I'm picking him.
I was thinking about Aqua Fever. That was the horse I was really trying to determine as my second pick in this race. I mean, Basono rode this horse 3 times, and Basono, when he gets a mount at Del Mar, it seems like you got to put money on him since
he's been doing well.
He's doing really well this meet with the few rides he's able to get. And, not a downgrade, I wouldn't say, for putting Martin Pedroza, but it's quite rare you see Mullins go to Pedroza. This horse, you mentioned, in good form, lifetime. I mean, the horse has come in the money, as you can see. 10 out of 14, always in the money on the turf, 2 for 8, winning-wise. Buyers, I would say, are definitely good enough to win this race because this field isn't all that strong. But for me, my top choice, I ended up going towards the inside, was Slammer Time. When I took Slammer Time, I liked the big drop in class. Martin Jones gets this horse for the first time, and he hits at 29% when he gets the horse for the first time. And
Marty Jones is also very good, real quick. He's very good at layoff horses and getting horses to fire fresh.
Yeah, because with the 61 to 100 days off, he hits at 19%, which is pretty good. And he puts on his top rider in Garrett Gomez. And only 14 attempts, 36% of the time they hit together, which for me that's a good percentage you want to see. And, I think he's facing a real weak field here. And this horse was bought for Keeneland also for $120,000. And dropping this horse, this is probably going to be the easiest field this horse will ever face, considering it's claiming 32,000s and none of these horses have won this year. It's going to be pretty easy for him. So maybe we'll get a price. I don't know. Hopefully it will. But for my second choice, I ended up going with Mike Mitchell and Talamo with Mooney Money. I believe it's Money. The old 7-year-old gelding here out of Najran. I believe that's how you say it. Horse that's always raced on the turf, always gets Talamo, can show some speed. Has raced on this Dalmar turf course twice. Was able to win last year with a 92 buyer. Seeing the horses faced open company and that he's going to face horses that are similar with him here, I think he has a good shot.
With Talamo and Mitchell, you always have to take a look. And he's a hard-trying horse, tries hard all the time, and And he like he said, he ran a good enough, at least on a buyer's figures standpoint there, he ran good enough to beat this field. And he was the favorite last time, though, and I think it'll be interesting to see. He's stretching out again. He's run at these mile distances before if you look at his times, at his past performances here. But it'll be interesting to see stretching out again if he's just a better horse stretching out. He's 4 for 8 going a mile, so he likes this distance very much. So it's going to be interesting. He's been running in some sprints. Maybe this is what he needs to get the victory.
Yeah, I mean, if you also look how he did last year, I mean, he finished in first and second 6 out of his 7 last races in 2011, but ever since coming into the new year, the horse just doesn't seem to be in that kind of, he's not back into that groove, I guess you could say, with his 5 races so far this year. And you know, I could see Mike Mitchell and Talamo getting this one. I mean, this field isn't strong, and like I said, he's facing a restricted company here in the fact that none of these horses have won yet this year, where he's faced winners. Like, go ahead.
There are no, just going to say there's a number of different horses in here that can win these races and this race, and it's going to be a competitive race. It's going to be interesting to see how the pace scenario shapes up here because it doesn't look like there's true speed in here. But I could see about 5 different horses winning this race.
Yeah, it's tough. I mean, especially with these non-winners of one race this year, it's always tough. But we got to move on to race 2 here, a maiden 20,000, 5.5 furlongs on the synthetic track. Wide open race. That's pretty much what you're going to hear from us throughout this card. Wide open race. Who do you like here?
Well, I had a very difficult time with. I always have a difficult time with these maiden 20s. But I really want to take a shot here at a first-time starter. I don't know what kind of odds are going to be here because I tried picking the odds last time, and I was pretty off on some of them. So I'm not even going to try to debate what the odds are going to be. But I like the 6 horse here, Strike Him Out. Jeff Mullins, hopefully he gets the early double here, Martin Garcia. And I like how he's been training here, especially in the August 8th work, 47 and 1 out of the gate. That's a bit encouraging. It's hard to tell how these horses are working out just based on times alone. You don't know if they're being asked or what. And he's in for $20,000, so he's not blowing them away out there. But at the same time, he's probably going to face a pretty weak field first time, and I'm hoping that maybe he can get the money here.
Yeah, I think this is a race that a first-time starter could win. I also like Strike Him Out. Mullins hits at 20% with first-time starters. Debut Maiden Claiming hits at 21%, and he puts his top rider here that they hit 21% together in 14 tries so far, and Martin Garcia.
And you want to probably expect this horse to be close to the pace, if not the leader, because Martin Garcia is a speed rider, and he does very well with those types of horses.
Yeah, and plus this field just. There's nothing that really stands out to me. I mean, my top choice was going to be Silver Luna. I mean, Silver Luna, it's kind of skeptical of picking a horse that's 0 for 19 in their career, but a horse that's 11 for 19 in the money and second and third. I mean, it shows consistency, and plus you get Joe Talamo's going aboard instead of Danielle Vergara, who usually rides this horse. And I don't know. This horse race here at Dalmar last year didn't do anything all that much. I'm just going to take a shot after that last effort at Hollywood Park on May 19th. A good closing kick, it looked like, and I'm just going to take a shot. It's just such a weak field that, you could go real deep in this race. And, I mean, even the 1 might have a shot here with Vinny Bednar, and hopefully he can finally get his first win of the meet.
Yeah, he's an interesting this horse is an interesting horse in this race just because if you look at the May 12th and June 2nd starts here, you're going to see he finished second both times. And he actually ran, she actually ran pretty good. But for whatever reason, on June 23rd and July 13th, this horse just hit a wall and hasn't been running very well. But if this horse can go back to the way it's been running in those races, it may have a shot here. And she's going to have some odds, too. You're going to get some odds. And hope there's a weight break there, and hopefully Vinny gets his first win because I'll be rooting for him.
Yeah, I mean, if you look at the trainer, Nicholas, I believe that's Asuna, you would probably pronounce
Nick
that.
Acuna.
Nick Acuna. He's had one race, and I'm sure he had one horse race so far in this meet, and he finished second. I would imagine it was a long shot considering...
Our Trooper was the name. Vinny actually rode him, and he finished second. He ran pretty well, and that horse was about 20
Yeah.
24-1 if I can remember. I mean, it was about 3 weeks ago probably, but I remember the horse, and
Yeah.
it had some odds, and it finished second. I actually hit the exact of that race, so um, yeah. Hopefully this horse. This could be a long shot of the day here if it runs back to form, but it gets a weight break. That's a positive, but it hasn't been running well as of late, so we're gonna have to see an improvement here.
Yeah, I mean, if he does run back to form, I mean, if he shows that speed, the only thing that I don't like about the horse is that he doesn't really work out at all in the morning, and I would at least like to see maybe a gate work possibly, hopefully to get this horse back. Because if you look at his success, he usually breaks out fast. He's usually up towards the front, but lately he's up there, but he just doesn't really have anything left, as he fades. But you
Yeah,
never
we'll
know.
see. We'll see how she does. I would assume this filly will be showing some speed here with the apprentice. Usually, it seems like she does her best running towards the front. If you see the running lines here,
On June
and with the
2nd, yeah.
apprentice, you usually you see them towards the front. It's the easiest ride. But real quick, I just wanted to go to another horse here that was a little interesting. It was Accelerator. It's for Jorge Parabon. And if you look at the two works, they're two bullet works out of the gate, going 6 furlongs, and this is 5.5. So just another very interesting first-time starter. And Juan Hernandez gets aboard, and he's been coming in with some long shots as well. And I don't know what the odds will be here, but I assume you're going to get something decent.
Yeah, I mean, if you look at it at the bottom right as well, the jockey-trainer combo, I mean, when Hernandez rode for Parabon, he's rode for him 3 times, and he's won all 3 times, and they've been long shots. So, I mean, if you're looking for a price on the pick 5, you got to throw that horse in as well. I mean, especially with showing good bullets. I mean, for me, the concern would be that the horse hasn't worked out for the surface, but you never know. I mean, I would take a shot with her, I guess. She'd probably be good odds, hopefully, but we'll have to wait and see.
This is another very competitive race, and the racing office did their job. The racing secretary did his job here, making these races competitive. Quite a few horses that can win this race, and it'll be interesting to see how this race plays out.